Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the Atlanta Motor Speedway as we are getting ready for race number 2 of the 2016 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series season. We are here live at Atlanta getting ready for the QuikTrip Folds of Honor 500 here at Atlanta, as we are going to be wrapping up the weekend here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So far, we have seen Johnny Sauter and Kyle Larson win the Truck and Xfinity race, but who will it be winning the Sprint Cup Series race here from Atlanta? After a great Daytona 500, which we saw Ryan Newman pick up his second win in the big race and pretty much clinching the spot into the 2016 chase, who will it be today? On the front row, we have the number 88 Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the number 88 Exalta Chevrolet, alongside the 500 pole center Joey Logano. Row 2, we have the number 11 of Denny Hamlin and the 43 of Eric Almirola. We had a total of 48 entries, 43 made the show, 5 drivers did not qualify for the race. Jeff Green and Dakota Armstrong, 2 drivers who failed to qualify, they did not even put down a lap time in qualifying. It'll be a 24-lap race, and that is pretty much all of the pre-race news. Let's send you down trackside to get the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines!
Alright, that is the most famous words in motorsports. And now the pace car will lead the field onto the track. 43 drivers about to take the green flag here at Atlanta. Down below you'll see the starting grid brought to you by Sunoco. And running at the field will be the 23 of J.J. Yaley, the final driver who qualified for the race. As you see at the very end of the starting grid, you'll see the 5 names who failed to qualify. But on point is Dale Jr. How about great qualifying runs by a couple of guys inside the top 12? Eric Almirola qualified 4th. Jamie McMurray 5th. How about the guy on row 4, Casey Mears, for the single guard team of Germain Racing, Austin Dillon, who ran very well in yesterday's Xfinity race. Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, or Regan Smith, your top 10. A great qualifying run by Regan Smith. Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer. Making our way into turns 3 and 4. And I was wondering why I could not hear any game sound. That's because I had it on the spectator view. But coming out, turn number 4, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Joey Logano. The green flag waves. We are underway here from Atlanta. And a great jump by the 22 of Logano and the 88 of Jr., but already making it 3 wide, the number 11 of Denny Hamlin for the lead as a 3 wide, already inside the top 5 and outside the top 5 as Logano falls back to 4th, and Hamlin moves up to the lead, that number 11. He's not alone though. Here comes the one of McMurray, and look at the 4 wide racing already. Kevin Harvick on the inside of Matt Kenseth, and the 12 gets turned. Ryan Blaney, but he saves it. A great save by Ryan Blaney, and we stay green for the first lap day. Don't know how long we'll stay green because look at the racing is 4 wide, 4 different lanes. That's what Atlanta will provide here for the drivers. McMurray leads, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, and Dale Jr., and now moving up inside the top 5, it appears to be Kyle Larson, the driver who won yesterday's Xfinity race. Kyle Busch, A.J. Allmendinger, Paul Menard, Denny Hamlin, and Matt Kenseth, your top 10 at the line. And out in front of the field, give it to McMurray in the 1. Jr., your pole center, fell back to 4th, now trying to get around the 19 back for 2nd place. 19 of Carl Edwards. And now the 42 of Kyle Larson to the inside to the back bumper of Jr. McMurray leads lap number 2, lap number 3 again. So McMurray's out in front of Jr. And look at Kyle Larson, McMurray's teammate. Chip Ganassi Racing. 1st and 3rd with the 1 and the 42. Behind them is the 4 of Kevin Harvick, a driver who ran in yesterday's Xfinity race. And then he got in 6th, A.J. Allmendinger, a great early jump for the number 47. In 6th, Clint Boyer, now up to 7th. Brad Keselowski and Kurt Busch, 2 drivers who started outside the top 25. In fact, Keselowski started 25th. Kurt Busch 26th, and the 19 is falling back. Carl Edwards almost already outside the top 10. And here comes their Daytona 500 champion Ryan Newman in that 31 car. Austin Dillon, driver who ran in yesterday's Xfinity race. So did Joey Logano. Logano got a top 5 finish. Edward Stewart, Ryan Vickers, Truex, Casey Kane, Kenseth. These guys are almost outside the top 20. In fact, Denny Hamlin is right now 18th at the line, and he started in 3rd place. Regan Smith started inside the top 10. He's now in 21st last time by. Casey Mears has fell back in 13. He's now being shown 32nd. Ryan Blaney back here in 33rd. Chris Buescher, Greg Biffle, and Eric Almirola has appeared. Something's had to happen to that 43. It's Almirola being shown in 37th place, making that 39th. No idea what happened to Eric Almirola. Yaley's in the back as Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick. First and second, Harvick pushing Jr. in the turn 3. And they made contact and nearly wreck. And here comes the 47 of Allmendinger. And Allmendinger looking to the inside of the 4 of Kevin Harvick. And behind them, at number 77 of Clint Boyer. On the inside of the 1 of McMurray, bringing Kyle Larson to the 42. Great racing at the front of the field. Allmendinger now second behind the 88 of Dale Jr. Harvick now drops outside the top 5. Should his teammate Kurt Busch get around him? And could possibly Ryan Newman, could he possibly go 2 for 2 in 2016? He's up here in the mix right now, running 7th at the line. Now put in the middle by the 2 of Brad Keselowski, the 3 of Austin Dillon, and the 22 of Joey Logano. 3 drivers who ran in yesterday's race. And Allmendinger pushing that 88 down in the turn 3, not letting him go. J.J. Yaley right now 43rd. Reed Sorensen 42nd. Michael McDowell 41st. Michael Annett, Alex Bowman, Casey Mears, a driver who I don't know what happened to that number 13, and Eric Almirola has worked his way up down to 34th. Now on the back bumper of Greg Biffle. Chris Buescher by Brett Moffitt. Ryan Blaney, Justin Allgaier, who's 24 at Chase Elliott. Ryan Vickers, Ricky Stenhouse, Trevor Bayne, Brian Scott, David Reagan, Regan Smith, and Carl Edwards. Remember, he was up inside the top 5. He's now in 20th behind his teammate Kyle Busch. Matt Kenseth has fell back. Kevin Harvick down to 15th place as now the inside comes Johnson. He has to get out the gas and make contact. Kenseth gets by both of them in the 20. Johnson overdrove turn number 2 or turn number 1 just a little bit and almost just took out the 4 Kevin Harvick and himself. As Boyer drops back, so does Allmendinger. Out front remains to be that number 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. But look at that 42 of Kyle Larson. And how about Kurt Busch? Now third in that 41. Keselowski and Logano, your top 5. Working their way up now is that 5 of Casey Kane back here. The 3 of Austin Dillon. The 14 of Tony Stewart. So many players in this race as Busch now picks to the inside of Kyle Larson. Larson started second in yesterday's Xfinity race. And he fell back to around 10th place, but once on lap number 14, he took the lead and he never looked back. Right now, it's on lap number 13 when he takes the lead away from the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr., getting pushed by the 41 of Kurt Busch. And now Kurt Busch won't give way. Here he comes on the back bumper, the 42. Keselowski now looking for 3rd place on the 88. And Ryan Newman completes your top 5. Clint Boyer, McMurray, Allmendinger, Casey Kane, and Denny Hamlin your top 10. Stewart on the inside of the 22 Logano, and Kurt Busch makes the move for the lead, bringing the 2 of Keselowski. A driver could clinch a spot in the chase today, should they win here today at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. We saw it last week with Ryan Newman when he won the 500. Kurt Busch, Keselowski, Kyle Larson's never won a race before. Could that happen today? Battling for 2nd place in that 42. This race is going by very quickly. We're already on lap number 15 of 24. Larson now working on the 41 of Kurt Busch. And now Clint Boyer. How about Clint Boyer? Furniture Row Racing. After a successful year in 2015 with Martin Truex, they opened up a 2nd team to number 77. They picked up Clint Boyer. And strategy which left MWR after 2015, and then named Boy the driver. And now he is in third. McMurray and Genius, Stewart, Newman, Kane, Keselowski, and Menard. Sure wakes up the track. Here comes Allmendinger, now 47. We're seeing a lot of comers and goers. That is your top 20. Here's Ryan Blaney. And what in the world has happened to the 43 of Almirola? One of the fastest cars in practice. We saw it in qualifying all 3 rounds. Right now in 33rd place. Rookie Chase Elliott jumping the 24 for Hendrick. Not running well. 13 for Casey Mears. And the 38 is in the wall of David Gilliland. Right in the wall right in the center of turn 1 and 2. And Kyle Larson leads. Kurt Busch second. Now McMurray on the inside of Boyer. Junior up the track. Here comes his teammate Casey Kane in the 5. Paul Menard's in the mix. Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch working their way up on the inside lane. And we see drivers who get on the outside and they fall back. We saw it with the Carl Edwards. We see that with Harvick, Logano, Edwards, now Keselowski in that 2 car. Now, that may have been what happened to Almirola at 3 wide for the lead. Look at this. Kyle Larson under attack from his teammate McMurray into 41 of Kurt Busch, who goes up the track off turn number 2. Here comes the run by his teammate Tony Stewart. A great run by Tony Stewart and Stewart Haas Racing. Casey Kane on the inside hills like he may move up into 4th place. Chip Ganassi Racing has their 2 drivers in the mix to maybe get a win and punch their ticket into the chase. The top 4 either had a points way their way into the chase last year or they did not make it at all. Larson, Stewart, and Kane. McMurray points his way into the chase last year. It'll be coming around 4 to go this time by McMurray on the inside of Kyle Larson for the lead. And look at the run with the 14 of Tony Stewart. But then, I mean, they're 3 wide up here. They're pretty much 3 wide, but yet Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane and Kurt Busch, they will not stay single file and catch them because Kenseth's too busy trying to get around that number 5 of Casey Kane. But it appears Kyle in command. McMurray trying to hold off the 14 of Tony Stewart. And that far ahead is the number 23 of J.J. Yaley. Yaley, a slower car. We've seen a slower car in the race the last 2 nights. McMurray up the track. Here comes Keenan in the 5. It appears it might be a Kyle Larson versus Tony Stewart race. We have 1 car slow on the apron. That is the 12 of Ryan Blaney. And also off pace the 19 of Carl Edwards. And Stewart for the lead. Here we go. 2 to go. Tony Stewart on the inside. He'll take the lead away from Kyle Larson in that 42. Breaking the 1 of McMurray with him. Casey Kane now in the 3rd place. Stewart has to get around the slower 23 of Yaley. Yaley comes down and blocks the 14. Watch out, Stewart. Don't do anything crazy. Where does McMurray and Kane go? McMurray to the inside of Tony Stewart, but Yaley, will he block McMurray? Where does Kane go in the 5? They make contact. Here comes Casey Kane in the 5 to the inside of McMurray. Kurt Busch and Kyle Busch also in the back bumper of the 5. Kane now in command. Where does Kurt Busch go? Can he get around the 5? Here he comes down in the turn number 3. I don't believe it'll be enough for Kurt Busch off turn 4. How about a comeback by Casey Kane? He will win the race here in Atlanta. He wins it in a photo finish with Kurt Busch after he pretty much your top 3 gets held up by the number 23 of J.J. Yaley. What an incredible finish here at Atlanta. And coming home in last place, it appears to be the number 12 of Ryan Blaney. He doesn't appear to even be able to finish the race. No idea what happened to 12 of Ryan Blaney. Kyle Busch, 3rd place in the 18. A nice run by the Jug gives number 18. We did not see him at all in this entire race. Well, how about Casey Kane, the Aquafina Chevrolet, a driver who finished 18th in points after winning no races in 2015, and he has already got a win out of nowhere. Was not really a factor in practice. got a top 10 in qualifying, but Casey Kane was able to make a move to the inside of McMurray and Stewart as they were being held up by the 23 of Yaley, and Casey Kane is the winner of the QuikTrip Fords of Honor 500 here from Atlanta. Kane won here back in 2014, which punched his ticket into the chase back in 2014, and now he does it again in 2016. So far in 2016 in the Cup Series, two drivers who did not win no races in 2015 have already picked up a win. Ryan Newman in the Daytona 500 and Casey Kane here at Atlanta. So it appears we know the two of the 16 drivers who will be fighting for a championship, but who knows? We could see 17 or 18 winners in the chase. So it's not confirmed yet, but they are looking pretty good as of right now. But a second win would guarantee themselves a spot in the chase. Now you see the official results on your screen. Casey Kane, your winner. Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Ryan Newman, and Matt Kenseth. Jamie McMurray, Jimmy Johnson out of nowhere gets a top 10. Kyle Larson, Martin Truex, and Tony Stewart. In the top 20, Denny Hamlin, Dale Jr., Paul Menard, Austin Dillon, and Brad Keselowski. AJ Allmendinger, Kevin Harvick 17th, Clint Bowyer, Joey Logano, and Carl Edwards. You can tell a lot of drivers who ran up front most of the entire race did not get the finish they were hoping for. And you got to feel for Tony Stewart. Now let's look at that one more time and see. I mean, Kane's running fourth. He pretty much has no shot until Yaley in the 23. Stewart's progress. And McMurray makes the move, but he leaves enough room on the inside for Casey Kane to make a move and get by. So now Kane has the preferred line, and he has the best shot to win the race. But down here in turn 3, Kurt Busch in that 41. He had a run, but Kane shut the door down here in turn number 3, and it was not enough for Kurt to get by. He had a run off turn 4, but not enough time. And right here the line, Casey Kane wins it. So, and see right up ahead, the 33 of Reed Sorensen about to go a lap down. So that is all here from Atlanta. A clean race. We did not see no yellow flags, thank God, and this race did end under green. Next week in the NASCAR Spring Up Series and the NASCAR Xfinity Series, we live from the Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where we will fight it out for the third race in 2016. The Truck Series is off for the next couple of weeks, but we'll see you down in Las Vegas for race number 3 of the 2016 NASCAR Spring Up Series season.